It's Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
In the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Thank you, Elvis Costello. Few songs you can say better than that. You can say things are as good, but Pump It Up always works. Just saying. That's Apex rock and roll right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is Wednesday, March the 18th. I'm here with Paul Fletcher.
Let's go Wednesday.
Let's go Wednesday. Ryder. Every time I hear it, I feel like it's been too long.
That's true. That's a good
us.
point.
Let's cruise on out of here.
Never going to get enough of ring, ding, 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 ding. Peeling, Minnesota. Paul, give me some headlines.
A Minneapolis state representative is leading a bipartisan push to ban non-disclosure agreements between Minnesota municipalities and companies pursuing massive data center projects, arguing residents deserve earlier transparency. Her bill follows contentious proposals in cities like Hermantown, Farmington, Pine Island, and Cannon Falls, where residents worry about water use, pollution, and being left out of key development talks.
Mm-hmm. Good. Yes.
Yeah.
Transparency is key in this thing.
Yeah, I don't think there should be NDAs between a city government and any sort of business.
Thank you.
So the only reason we know what the crap is happening with the NFL is because Green Bay is publicly owned.
That's
so
right.
we see all of their financials and stuff like that.
That's exactly right. So anyway, I'm going to vote for you, Ryder. You just came up with a platform I can get behind.
A meteor was plenty transparent. People in Ohio heard a loud boom and saw something streaking through the sky late yesterday morning. Here's sound. Here's the sound it made. Some 9/11 audio and residents talking about the loud sound. Jesus.
Did an earthquake just come through? Yes. Our whole house shook.
And we thought that something hit like the roof of the grocery store. It was just a really loud bang.
And I just hear a giant thud, and then it persisted for like 10 seconds, and I'm just sitting there like, is this the end times?
It sounded like a bowling ball dropped on the floor above me. It was pretty loud.
NASA later confirmed that it was indeed a 17,000-pound meteor. Here now, you know what, for some clarity, here now is Senior Research Associate Ralph Harvey explaining what was seen and heard.
What you're really seeing is not an explosion that's, up in the clouds. It's miles higher than that. We're talking 10 miles high or more, so way above where airplanes fly, right at the top of the atmosphere. So it's visible from a very long distance. The sonic boom will just keep going until it loses energy. So this is something that hit the atmosphere going 50 times the speed of sound, broke up, caused that fireball, and that boom when it broke up.
Yeah,
Unreal.
Way heavier than a bowling ball being dropped on the ceiling.
Pretty incredible. That guy just put me right back in science class. I'm sorry, but I almost nodded off.
50 sonic boom?
Fascinating, but man, pick up the pace a little, dude. So, does anyone know how the sonic booms work? That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Bueller.
Man.
Bueller. U.S. vinyl sales exceeded $1 billion in revenue for the first time since 1983. Driven largely by Taylor Swift. The Life of a Showgirl sold 1.6 million copies on vinyl alone. The recording industry reported a 7.9% vinyl increase. Other top sellers include Kendrick Lamar, Billie Eilish, and Fleetwood Mac.
So what you're saying is Taylor Swift sold 1 million records and they cost $1,000 each. So like her. Those Swifties will pay any price.
8 different types of vinyl, by the way.
First time $1 billion mark since 1983.
That's nuts.
Let me tell you something. There was a lot more records in 1983, though, because those things were cheap back then.
Yeah.
You were still buying albums for $7.99.
Yeah, for
Those
sure.
are good days.
Absolutely. An Australian man nearly forfeited his $35 million lottery jackpot after dismissing the initial prize notification email as junk mail. Officials attempted phone contact first, but reached an outdated number, prompting email notifications instead. The anonymous winner told lottery representatives, quote, "I actually saw your first email and I didn't even open it. I assumed it was junk and deleted it. But then when I received another email, I thought, maybe I'll check the app."
Jeez.
Damn.
Think about it.
Dude.
Lucky guy.
I mean, I know we don't open emails around here that we're not very sure of who's sending them as a company policy. But if I get an email that says you won big money, I'm logging into someone else's computer and opening that damn thing. Trust me.
He was sitting watching Australian football, the Australian Football League with his son when he got the news. He says he plans to plans to help his community and purchase his family's first home.
Aussie rules football for when every other sport on earth is just too soft.
Yes.
Yeah,
Man, that's violent.
Just
right?
too delicate for you.
It's crazy. Go ahead.
Speaking of sports, the Minnesota Wild got off the schneid. 4-3 overtime win last night in Chicago. Hartman, Tarasenko, Johansson with the goals in regulation. And then in overtime, after Quinn Hughes logged a 2.5-minute shift, Matt Zuccarello to the rescue.
Johansson gets free. Drops it back. Zuccarello scores! It's a win for the Wild in overtime.
Gotta love Quinn Hughes going to overtime and going, I'll just stay out there.
Yeah.
Just don't worry. I'm good. I'm just going to be here. The Wild have a 19-game point streak against the Blackhawks now. That's the longest active streak by any team in the league against a single opponent.
Well, hell yeah. Take
And
that, Chicago.
here's the good news. They're coming right back here tomorrow night to play the Blackhawks again. This was this is a recent vintage Wild game. Really good period, followed by a really bad period, followed by they're up and down. But, hey, we still got time. The Timberwolves last night played without Anthony Edwards and beat the Phoenix Suns. Go figure.
Okay.
Julius Randle was like, hey, I had 32 on Sunday. I'll put another 32 up tonight. Thanks for sitting out, Anthony Edwards. A solid 116-104 game. That was two teams that really needed that win. So, take the good news when you can get it.
Sure.
Venezuela, your new World Baseball Classic champions. They defeated the United States in the final last night, 3-2. I can only imagine what this means to the Venezuelan fans and players. They've had a rough, few decades down there.
Yeah,
and to come here and win the World Baseball Classic, pretty incredible. Bryce Harper had a 2-run home run in the 8th inning, the only home run he hit in the entire tournament. And it felt like, there it is. Here comes the U.S. Now they're going to win. But no, the 9th inning, Venezuela came up, knocked a run through, and shut us down in the bottom, and that was all she wrote.
U.S. probably would have won if Joe Ryan would have started.
You never know. Vadnais Heights, good to have you with us this morning.
Let's
Game
go.
on.
Vadnais.
Yes.
The National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C. A fine place to spend a rainy afternoon.
Sure.
Going around looking at all the classics, if you will.
Yeah.
Every now and again, the Harvard-educated curators and people who work there, they decide to come down and slum it with us normies.
Yeah.
And every now and again, they will talk about a classic painting in what they call the language of the people, or in this case, Gen Z slang. I'm not exactly entirely sure what prompted this, but it's worth a listen.
This painting, Cape Cod Evening by Edward Hopper, has me literally screaming, crying, throwing up. The couple, they're in a swag gap relationship, absolutely speed-running divorce. Mama has the ick so bad, she looks like she's about to legit unalive her husband. Meanwhile, Team Ryan Gosling is trying so hard to get that dog's attention, but the collie is locked the F in on whatever's going down in the distance. The aura is low-key sinister. What does it mean? The artist is insane. Hopper could have been the CEO of Vague Posting.
Okay,
you know what?
Ryan Gosling.
You're gonna get some kids into art that maybe that wouldn't have been otherwise.
Yeah.
You can tell a lot about a painting when you just put it in the right language.
Absolutely.
Low-key sinister.
It's an old beat, talking in the language of the people from the high ups looking down. Steve Allen, the original host of the Tonight Show, before Johnny Carson, before Jack Parr. In the 50s, it started off as just Tonight. He was Steve Allen. Back in the 50s, he was like the Johnny Carson guy. I mean, he's a huge guy.
Yes.
Right.
When this new fad rock and roll was taking over the world, Steve Allen wanted to. And by the way, the Tonight Show originally, you'd have someone playing a harp. You'd have a poet come out and just read their poem. It was very highbrow. Nothing that would ever work on a network night show now.
Wow.
Very different world. So they were a little, let's say, skeptical about this new thing called rock and roll. Here's Steve Allen in 1955.
Bee Bopaloopa, she's my baby.
Yeah?
Bee Bopaloopa, I don't mean maybe. Bee Bopaloopa.
There we go.
It's the same old thing. Yeah.
Same
Well, rock
shit.
and roll won, Steve Allen. No one my age who didn't have older siblings even knows who you are anymore. And we all know who Elvis Presley is.
Absolutely.
Hell
So
yeah, we
in your face, Steve Allen.
Connect with us on the KQ Talk and Text line. 651-989-ROCK. That's 651-989-ROCK. 92 KQRS.
It is Wednesday, March the 18th. Good morning.
Yeah.
I'm
Hi.
feeling good today.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Good.
I just had a memory. March 18th, 2006 was the last time I went to see an Arsenal match at Highbury, their original soccer ground, football ground, if you will. And then they moved to their giant new stadium the next season. But anyway, the way my brain works, I'm like, hey, I just remembered that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Wow.
and I was watching Arsenal yesterday advance in the Champions League over at the local on St. Patty's Day.
Oh, that's cool.
That's about as
a good
fitting
way
as
to
it
spend a
gets.
St. Patty's Day.
Might have had one or two more than I needed, but hey, you know
It's
what?
an
It was a
early
win.
game.
It was a good thing. It was a good afternoon.
Yeah.
These things happen.
I'm the guy who went to an Irish pub on St. Patrick's Day to watch a soccer game and forgot it was St. Patrick's Day till I got there and saw a line at the door. And I'm like, wow, this many Arsenal fans.
Oh,
no,
never
it's
mind.
St. Patrick's Day.
Why are
I'm
all
an
these
idiot.
Why are these Arsenal fans wearing green? This
Wow.
is weird.
I'm really, really dumb.
We have special kits.
We just heard Blondie. I'm off the top of my head. Debbie Harry sings every song in the Blondie catalog that I'm aware of. I don't know of any songs that like Chris Stein or Clem Burke sang.
Do you think anyone else in the band would even bother approaching Debbie Harry
I
and
don't
say,
think so.
hey, do you think maybe I could sing this one?
No, I can't imagine why. But every now and again, you get into a band situation and everyone wants to be a singer for at least one night of their life.
Sure.
And there have been some big-ass songs in rock history not sung by the lead singer of the band. So the question is, what comes to mind first? Top of your head, Ryder. Where do you go with this question?
I go straight to one of my favorites. It would be the Pixies, Kim Deal singing Gigantic.
There you go.
Risky move, because then she went on to do the Breeders.
You see,
you just give them a taste, and they're...
You give someone an inch, and then they're going to take a mile every time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You gotta keep those band members in line. You give these
Frank
people
Black.
crazy ideas.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Ryder, Fletcher.
You know what? It was a staple on family trips. The Fleetwood Mac was always on in the car.
Yeah.
And one of them that just has stuck in my head for as long as I've been alive is You Make Love and Fun. Christine McVie certainly wrote plenty of stuff for Fleetwood Mac, but very rarely, if ever, did she jump on the lead vocal.
Pretty strong effort from Christine McVie right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that good band.
See, now I'm just
good band, guys.
Now I'm
Fleetwood
driving.
Mac, good job.
Now I'm instantly driving to one of the grandma and grandpa's house.
Right.
I mean,
I hear you.
Second this is on.
Sure.
God, goosebumps all the way down my spine.
Yeah.
I had two that came to mind instantly, and they're both from the 70s. But as a kid, the music was already very big, and of course, as a kid who fancied himself being a drummer one day, Peter Criss knocking out Beth from the Kiss catalog. By the way, still contention about who wrote it and whose idea it was. Gene's like, Peter Criss had nothing to do with that. They still bark at each other about this song.
He's singing it.
Did he sings it? I know.
Okay.
And Peter Criss wrote it with some other guy, and then Gene tried to take credit. I don't remember, but with Gene Simmons, there's always an alternate version of someone else's story.
Yeah.
But this was huge, and it was the big thing. Like, did you like that song? The drummer sings it. No way, the drummer. I mean, it was like when you were 10 years old and Kiss was taking over the world. That was big news.
Right. Oh yeah, 100%.
Come on. And then the flutes and stuff. Little cat makeup. Little sweet little cat man coming around to the front.
Kitty cat.
I always felt bad for whoever the drummer in Kiss was because they're the drummer, they can't wear those massive platform boots like the rest of the guys.
Yeah.
And so the other guys in the band are wearing 10-inch heels. And the drummer can't play drums in those. And so you ever see him walking around, the drummer always looks a foot shorter than everybody.
That's fair.
I saw Kiss in 2007 or 8. I took Connell and a buddy to see them and got backstage. There's photos of my 7-year-old kid with Kiss, and he's terrified. He was excited. But the drummer at the time already was way shorter than the rest of the guys, and then they put on their boots, and then he was 2 feet shorter than the rest of the band. It's like Connell and his buddy and their other buddy who's dressed just like the drummer from Kiss.
But he was probably in comfortable footwear, and that's a win.
His feet were feeling just fine that night. Let's talk about big songs that you know by not sung by the lead singer of bands. I said there was 2 that immediately came to mind from the 70s. Beth from Kiss.
Yeah.
This is my favorite example, actually. Pink Floyd's Have a Cigar, which I believe several people have texted.
Yeah, John in Wisconsin, multiple people actually suggested
because
that
it's not David Gilmour singing, it's not Roger Waters singing, it's not a member of Pink Floyd singing.
Right.
It's Roy Harper, as in hats off to Roy Harper, the name of a Led Zeppelin song.
Huh.
Roy Harper,
Who
just
the
a
hell
dude.
is Roy Harper?
Huh?
Just some random groupie?
He's a folk singer. He's a folk musician who was in the scene and friends with everybody.
Yeah.
And he was in the studio. Just stopped by. Pink Floyd's got this track, and they're trying to. Gilmour and Waters are like, I don't sound right singing it. And Roy Harper's like, I'll take a shot. And they're like, yeah, go for it. Not only do they let a guy walk in and sing on their album, it's a single. They put it out as a single. I love that.
Yeah, it's you know what? His vocal is perfect for it too.
Oh yeah, no, it's fantastic, and a lot of people never even thought about it. Like, I've never heard that voice before. Whatever, it's a good song. It's Pink Floyd. It's weird to mention the Beatles because all 4 of them are such, obviously there's 2 main singers in the Beatles, but George sang a lot. They all sang. Right. But, Ringo knocked it out of the park when his number was called. Mm-hmm. Not only Yellow Submarine, which is, every child in the world has sung this song since 1966.
Yeah.
I mean, of course he was going to voice Thomas the Tank Engine one day. Listen to that song. It makes perfect sense. By the way, one of the Beatle anthology sets that they released, the original version of that song by John Lennon, before it was Yellow Submarine, in the town where I was born, no one cared. No one cared. It's one of the most depressing songs ever. He was writing this dirge about growing up in Liverpool and no one caring. And then it's like, and Paul's like, well, you know what I thought? Let's make it happy. And let's let the drummer sing it. And it worked out just fine for everybody.
Good note from Paul.
Not to mention Little Help from My Friends, another Ringo banger.
Yeah.
Kind of cconic.
Yeah.
It's international chant.
Another one. They have, but the thing about the Beatles is they have a lot of songs.
They do.
A lot of good songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they understood a chorus, a verse, the whole thing. They got the arrangements. The Rolling Stones, if you're thinking about Beatles, you generally find yourself thinking about the Rolling Stones. Keith Richards has sung a lot of songs, a solid dozen or so. But Happy is a genuine hit song, like that people, it's about as good as rock and roll gets right there. Hard to beat that. 651-989-ROCK is the Loot, the Westside Volkswagen talking text line.
763 number says Just What I Needed by the Cars. That's Benjamin Orr doing the vocal there.
He does a lot.
Let's Go is Benjamin Orr. Drive is Benjamin Orr. Yeah, a bunch of their big hits are.
I feel like him and Rick shared.
They did, and no one noticed. It's like there's a couple, Hart had a couple of those big pop hits in the 80s. Nancy sang These Dreams. And everyone's like, really? I mean, watch the video. She's the one singing it. It's like, yeah, right on. It happens.
But yeah, with the Cars, I've been a fan since I first heard those songs, and it took me, just like the last 5-10 years that I realized, that's 2 different guys singing. Nobody
Absolutely
noticed or cared. You're right.
The Romantics, their first and I think most iconic song, the one song the drummer sang, Jimmy Marino, What I Like About You. It's the drummer. What were they thinking? Because the other, they had the claps, the hey, and then we're off and running.
Can't beat the claps.
Man, the teased hair. A few years after What I Like About You, they had Talking in Your Sleep, which actually went to number 1. That was their, in real time, far and away a bigger hit. But that's gone away. That's gone the way of the dodo. They're the What I Like About You band. For sure. And it's the one song the drummer sang. It's like, that lead singer guy's like, I can't believe I let him sing that one.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
You know why they let him sing it? Because he can do this better than anyone else. That's what got him the part. Yeah. Yeah. The producer's like, who can do that thing best? And he was like, I think
Are we certain it was him that did that part?
I've seen the video.
Okay.
I believe the video.
All right.
I still believe David Bowie played the guitar solo in Let's Dance. It wasn't Stevie Ray Vaughan. I've seen the video.
Let's do one more from the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talk and Text line because I like this pull from Serpico. Numb by U2. I haven't thought of this one in a long time. The Edge is on this one.
Interesting. Well, he hits all those high vocals live. I mean, he's the other voice on all that U2 stuff, especially live.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like a voice of a choir boy. He's always hitting that high stuff.
Yeah.
This is weird. I don't even know this song.
It's in Trainspotting, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I would know that. Okay,
and
that's.
I only know the guitar part. I didn't realize he was singing.
You know what? That's. I mean, because if it's in Trainspotting, I've definitely heard it then and had no idea what it was. Yeah, man, Bono. All right, I'll give you one. You're just gonna mumble.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Just talk like you're really tired.
There's no shortage of other ones coming in. We'll hop back on this. Right now, we got to move forward. We got headlines in 5 minutes and 2 songs.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning. Get it, Alice in Chains.
Oh, yeah.
Ha! Yeah. It is Wednesday. It is March the 18th. Let's get into it, Paul Fletcher. I'm feeling Minnesota. Headlines, please.
An auditor's report examined how the Minnesota Department of Human Services handled allegations of kickbacks in the state's autism program. The report found that the DHS closed most cases appropriately, but failed to investigate 3, claiming it lacked the authority to investigate simple kickback complaints. The auditor disagreed with the DHS claims, saying they were, quote, overly cautious in their interpretation of the law. That program has recently been in the focus of a federal investigation. In December, 6 people were charged in connection to fraud schemes involving the autism program.
Okay.
The moon is officially safe from a massive asteroid that scientists once feared was on a collision course with us. While there were concerns that a 300-foot city-killer rock could slam into the lunar surface in 2032, new data confirms it's actually going to miss by over 12,000 miles. This is a huge relief because if that thing had hit, the explosion would have sent a cloud of lunar debris into space that could have shredded a bunch of satellites floating around.
Not the satellites.
Oh,
what would we do without those satellites now?
Man, no kidding. I don't want anybody messing with the moon.
No, yeah, I want to keep that thing.
I know just enough to know that the tides matter.
Yes.
Yeah.
What would Ozzy have barked at?
It's a good point.
The Bruce Springsteen Center for American Music is set to open on June 7th at Monmouth University in New Jersey. The center will feature multiple exhibit spaces, a state-of-the-art archive, and a 250-seat Dolby soundstage. Robert Santelli, the founding executive director, said the center provides a home for Bruce Springsteen's archives and places him in the greater history of American music, adding, popular music is one of America's most enduring and respected cultural resources, and Bruce Springsteen is one of its most important artists.
Sure.
Yeah. That seems like where a Bruce Springsteen museum should go.
That's exactly right. No, I mean, he didn't put his in Tulsa.
Right.
Zimmerman.
I would visit that place. Traffic got a little sticky Monday on the 10 freeway in Fontana, California, when a truck spilled syrup all over the road. Authorities say a semi-truck overturned and spilled hundreds of gallons of syrup all over the road, leaving an almost impossible mess to clean. Crews first had to move the truck off the road and then get to work on the syrup, which was continuing to ooze down the road. They first tried using an absorbent material, but the syrup was just too thick and gooey. They eventually had to bring in a water truck to hose everything down. The cleanup shut down westbound lanes, this is in California, for nearly 9 hours.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Enough fun.
Wait, was this? Okay, it's a truck full of syrup.
Yeah, I
crashes.
guess so. Sure.
Was it just the bottles all blew open, or was it like an oil tanker with just syrup in it? It sounds like that. That's crazy.
If that's what it is, it's kind of awesome.
That's a whole lot of syrup, man.
I know.
Jeez. Yeah, you don't want to shut down a California freeway for 9 minutes, much less 9 hours.
No, absolutely not.
Minnesota Wild got a win last night in Chicago, 4-3. Hartman, Tarasenko, Johansson all with goals, but overtime is when Zuccarello put the biscuit in the basket.
Johansson gets free. Drops it back. Zuccarello scores! It's a win for the Wild in overtime.
Zuccarello's 9th career overtime goal, 5th game winner of this season. So, late in the game, clock's ticking. Get my man on the ice.
He's a clutcher.
This was kind of weird. Philip Gustafsson left with 7 minutes remaining in the third period. Equipment problem.
He didn't.
What?
He didn't puke again,
No.
did he? Okay.
No, he said he had an equipment issue. He said it's very rare. Equipment's very good these days. Sometimes it's just an awkward spot where you can't really fix or reach. He had to leave the game so they could sort out some sort of equipment that had shifted. I don't know what. They didn't specify.
Clearly it was his cup.
I think he just had an itch. Yeah, I think there was just an itch happening.
Yeah, the NHL doesn't like to disclose much of anything. This is why we get the lower and upper body injury stuff, and so they probably aren't going to tell us anything about this either.
Speaking of lower body injuries, Anthony Edwards is resting that sore knee of his, and the Timberwolves, without their all-pro shooting guard, beat the Phoenix Suns at home last night by 12 points. Julius Randle has put together 2 straight games with 32 points. Oklahoma City on Sunday and then last night. And then Ayo Dosunmu had a nice game last night, 19 points. Which after, Dante DiVincenzo had a terrible game, Ayu stepped in and played a great game. Anytime anybody steps up late in the season and puts in quality minutes, it's a good thing as the playoffs approach. Still not ready to say I'm feeling good about the Wolves' prospects when it gets to the postseason.
Yeah.
World Baseball Classic, the United States of America is your second best team in the world because Venezuela won last night in Miami.
The United States down to its last strike.
Hear that crowd cheer in Miami.
Yeah, in Miami. Yeah, a lot of Venezuelans in the stadium last night.
For sure.
A huge win for that team. The U.S. was, they were up and down. They were not dominant throughout the tournament at all. In fact, they got to the quarterfinals, and there was a chance they could have been eliminated. It's, we needed other teams to do things for us. So, but for Venezuela, what a win. I mean, that, just what that means to the people of that country. Had a Venezuelan exchange student live with my family when I was in 10th grade.
Oh, yeah?
Jorge. And he showed up, and of course I was like, oh my God, do you play soccer? And he said, what? No, I play baseball.
Right.
And I was like, well, you're at the wrong school because we don't have a baseball team. And he was like, why am I here? But that dude could throw a pitch, boy. He put some juice on that ball.
Heck yeah, good for them.
Yeah, it's great. Maple Plain, glad to have you with us this morning.
The plains are full of maple. Maybe they should rename that highway where the spill was Maple Plain.
I bet there's a bear somewhere in Maple Plain right now, walking around sniffing stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Actually, he's probably hibernating. I don't know. Do black bears hibernate, or is that just the big grizzlies?
I believe black bears hibernate.
I think they do.
I think all bears do, don't they?
I think they all do. Well, the polar bears probably don't.
Oh, that's a good point.
They got other things to do. They got to chase those seals and get on those icebergs and,
Yeah.
Every now and again, they got to attack a human. You know how the polar bears like to do it.
Right, for sure.
KTLA in Los Angeles. Channel 5. Old, local news.
That's a big one.
Big one. Been around forever. KTLA, a reporter named Aaron Myers, was doing a local story in a Los Angeles area neighborhood where there had been a bear attack. A big old bear was walking around, attacked someone in their yard, and then some authorities went out and they're trying to find the bear now. So she's there on the scene discussing, hey, this is going on. Got to keep you aware of things.
Yeah.
And, like any classic arsonist in a bad movie, the criminal returns to the scene of the crime. Check this out.
Good morning. I'm Aaron Myers in Monrovia. A bear attacked a woman walking her dog in this neighborhood, and now they're trying to determine if it is the same bear that lives underneath the house here behind me. All those details coming up.
And yes, we all see that bear off to the right side. We'll get back with Aaron in just a moment. We all know California.
I see it now.
Okay, let's go back to Aaron Myers.
You can see the bear actually walking into the trap, or nope, it was going to, but now it's walking out. We're going to step back a little bit. We may get back in the car depending on what it does, but right now you can see it here. They don't know if this was the bear that attacked the person walking.
Oh, man. It sounds like the anchor back in the studio points out to the reporter, hey, crap, there's a bear behind you.
That's exactly what happens. Yeah. She's standing in front of a house. In the driveway, on a trailer, they have a bear trap. Something, it's like a mobile, something inside the housing.
It's a big, huge container on a trailer with probably honey inside.
Right, and so the bear's going to climb in there and he's trapped. So the bear's sniffing around. But yes, the anchor in the studio is like, Hello. And if there is video, and by the way, this is not a black bear. This is a large brown bear, which to me, my bear knowledge, I'm not a bear expert, but stay away from the brown bears for sure.
Yeah, I watched Grizzly Man.
Yeah,
I
man.
know.
Yeah, you did. They're not kidding around. And it's fascinating, though, because then they just go on and watching a very large bear just walk up a street. I
can't believe that this is just normal for this neighborhood. I would be on high alert all the time. I mean, you go outside and just, hey, bear walking down the street might come and take a swipe at your leg.
It's funny because they are claiming maybe black bears get brown certain times of the year because the report says it's a black bear. You can see very clearly this bad boy is brown. There's not a black hair on his 100%. Body that I can see. Bears are just absolutely nuts. There's nothing you can predict about a bear other than he'll come at you.
Yeah, and we'll dig through your trash.
Oh, sure,
yes.
100%.
We'll break into the dumpster.
I've seen black bears in several locations in the world in the wild, but I've never seen a brown bear. I would not be comfortable within 500 yards of a brown bear.
I'm not comfortable within 500 yards of a black bear, and they got those suckers in Wisconsin.
Yeah, they do. But they're a little less. They're not quite as aggressive, and they're smaller.
Oh, then I feel so much better then.
Just saying. Come on.
Hey, if people want to see the footage that we're talking about, Instagram and Facebook at 92KQRS. It's uploading as I speak.
It's worth a look. Trust me on that one.
Yeah.
We've all had various jobs throughout our lives. Think about it. Have you ever had a job where you're going about your business, you're just doing your thing, whatever that thing is, and then it suddenly dawns on you, hey, my coworker has absolutely no idea what they're doing. Like the realization of, this person is clueless. What was that moment? When did you realize, oh boy, okay, I'm alone here. I'm flying solo.
Steve says this, and he's looking directly into my eyes right now.
I'm just making sure we're on the same page. Think about that. Let us know on the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talking Text line, 651-989-ROCK. We've all had jobs. Hell, we're at work right now.
Yes, we are.
You ever have that moment? You ever been in the middle of your workday and suddenly it dawned on you, the person I'm working alongside has no idea what they're doing.
Huh?
Clueless. These things happen. It happens to the best of us. I spent the summer of 1985 working in the produce section of a grocery store.
Okay.
And the assistant manager of the produce section, just think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
I'm the assistant manager of the produce section.
Produce section?
Which is like saying, I'm the guy that the manager of the produce section pats on the head and says, good job.
Yeah.
His name was Steve Bird. And I always remember that because he said, Larry Bird's my cousin. And I'd say, how so? He goes, well, my granddaddy and his granddaddies were cousins. And I always said, that does not make you cousins.
No.
Not even close. He was the guy who was tasked with training me how to slice up fruit to wrap in the individual.
Sure.
Here's a cantaloupe, but then we also offer a sliced cantaloupe.
Yes.
And here's the knives, and here's the blades, and be very careful. These things are way sharper than your knives at home. And I watched him over the course of my first 3 days slice his own hands probably 6 times.
Oh.
He would just, yeah, but that's why we got Band-Aids here. And he constantly preached to me in training, be very careful with these knives. And I watched him just work his hands. He was constantly putting Band-Aids on his hands.
Damn.
And I was like, wow, you're not good at this at all, are you? Constantly, he could never figure out how to get the scale to work properly. Basically, I spent the entire summer working next to a guy who I think it was like a Make-A-Wish thing. He was just like, I want to work produce. And so they hired him.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get a thing right.
That's why he got promoted to assistant manager that everybody underneath him would do the actual work.
I guess so. I guess there was that going on. But, man.
There's the other option, too, where you just, let the guy go.
That's true.
Yeah.
Nah, he's a special case.
Clearly.
But we've all had those jobs. You're sitting around looking at somebody. I've not had too many jobs where there are, quote unquote, we have to have a meeting about this.
Oh.
But I've had enough. But there are people who just love nothing more than pulling you aside to talk about stuff. Let's get him in there. Let's get Mike over here. Let's get Sally. Let's just regroup. I can't stand. In the modern age, it's all about the Zoom meetings. Now, granted, COVID forced us all into the occasional Zoom meeting, but boy, I get I'm fine to have a Zoom meeting. What drives me crazy is when you recognize that someone on that meeting is really having a good time. Like, they don't want it to end. This is the highlight of their day. That's what I'm like, you just don't know what to do, so you're just glad we're all talking. That drives me
Either
crazy.
that or they're trying to stand out, you know what I mean, and get little biscuits from the boss, because they have a question for everything or an answer for everything. I don't say a word in those meetings. I listen and hope they end fast.
The endless meeting, just yammering on and on, makes me nuts. That's always the telltale sign to me.
Somebody's trying not to work right now.
That's exactly what's going on. That's exactly right. Have you ever? This is a good one because just right away the first thing, if someone starts a sentence with "I asked Grok about it," or "I asked ChatGPT," yeah, that's not going to be. That's going to be pretty much a dead giveaway.
Oh, jeez! Why are you asking AI That's your job.
That's it.
Oh my God.
I've worked with people who just everything is someone's fault. And it's like, well, it's not even a problem. But, and it's just constantly assigning blame, and without ever just sitting down and doing anything on their own.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't delegate to me. You're just making crap up. What is it? What's the telltale sign you're working with someone that has no clue what's happening? 651-989-ROCKS. A few comments on the Facebook page, Ryder.
Sure. Madeline, working in the hospitality industry where you have a lot of turnover, said there was a young man told to fill the prep table with ice from the ice machine that was used to make the drinks, and he used his bare hands. Instead of, because he said it would go faster than using the scoop.
Sure.
So they had to melt, clean, and then refill the ice machine.
Okay, then.
Pretty foul.
My family had an ill-fated restaurant my dad got into for a year when I was 16, and I was in charge of salads and dishes, and I had to make the salad dressings from scratch. And there was a chef, an actual chef. I was making the blue cheese, and you put all the Roquefort in there, and then the other ingredients are, and it's like a gallon, and it was really thick, and I was stirring it very slowly. And this guy walked over, and he rolled up his sleeve, and he just shoved his arm in it and moved it all around.
Delicious.
Like crazy. And he had like a hairy arm. Yeah, seriously. And I was like, that is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. And he goes, it's fine. I just washed up. Dead serious. And I was like, no. I was like, there's no way I can get anywhere near the arm hair blue cheese dressing. He didn't last very long.
Gross and not right.
Even if you just wash up. Come on, man.
No thanks.
No, it's just absolutely horrifying. I mean, I'm a high school kid, and he's offering me a shortcut, and I was like, no way, man. Are you kidding? I'm not going to have some little old lady choke on one of your forearm hairs out there. On the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talk and Text line.
Wally, our buddy Wally checking in. I've worked in a machine shop setting since I was 14. 28 years of shop life. Every shop has had someone's brother or son working there out of pure nepotism. And since it's a shop, the ego tends to be overcompensated also.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Big Lake Nate says... It would be easier to tell you what they know versus the stuff they mess up on a daily basis. This is the story of my life at this exact moment. I work with a bunch of Neanderthals.
There it is.
I think Big Late Nate's job description that he sent in himself is he puts holes in metal. So there you go.
And I believe there's at least one person who's an anthropologist out there who's going, it's actually Neanderthal. I can't stand those people. Stop it. If there's an H, I'm saying thal. I'm never changing. Yeah. I was 50 the first time someone said Neanderthal, and I was like, you're way too late.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just how that goes.
Yeah, it's been going on for decades.
Headlines, 5 minutes and 2 songs.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. It's Wednesday, March the 18th. Good morning. If you're just joining us, I'm ready for some headlines. Paul Fletcher.
A Minneapolis state representative is leading a bipartisan push to ban non-disclosure agreements between Minnesota municipalities and companies pursuing massive data center projects, arguing residents deserve earlier transparency. Her bill follows contentious proposals in cities like Hermantown, Farmington, Pine Island, and Cannon Falls, where residents worry about water use, pollution, and being left out of key development talks.
Yes, let's get all the information so we know exactly how to say, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I had no idea you could, as a city, sign an NDA with somebody you were working with a public company.
Yeah, that's nuts.
It is nuts. People in Ohio heard a loud boom and saw something streaking through the sky late yesterday morning. Here is the sound it made, some 911 audio, and residents talking about the loud sound.
Good morning. I'm Erin Myers.
Oh, hold on.
Hi, Aaron.
Hi, Aaron.
That sounds more like it.
Did an earthquake just come through? Yes. Our whole house shook.
And we thought that something hit like the roof of the grocery store. It was just a really loud bang.
And I just hear a giant thud, and then it persisted for like 10 seconds, and I'm just sitting there like, is this the end times?
It sounded like a bowling ball dropped on the floor above me. It was pretty loud.
NASA later confirmed that it was indeed a 17,000-pound meteor. Here now,
That's a lot of meteor.
It's a whole lot. Here now is Senior Research Associate Ralph Harvey. He's explaining what was seen and heard.
What you're really seeing is not an explosion that's, up in the clouds. It's miles higher than that. We're talking 10 miles high or more, so way above where airplanes fly, right at the top of the atmosphere. So it's visible from a very long distance. The sonic boom will just keep going until it loses energy. So this is something that hit the atmosphere going, 50 times the speed of sound, broke up, caused that fireball, and that boom when it broke up.
50 times the speed of sound.
I wonder, this is where I think about, like the first time somebody broke the sound barrier, did they know there was going to be a sonic boom? I'm sure they did.
Good question.
I'm sure they knew it was coming.
They theorized it, yeah.
But, man, the first time someone actually heard one, they were like, hey, it worked.
Yeah.
Well, that guy's going real fast now.
And everybody crapped their pants.
Yeah, like that one person in the 911 calls that said it lasted for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I thought it was the end times. Like, I don't blame you. 10 seconds is a long time for that to linger.
Holy
moly.
I've heard a sonic boom a couple times when we lived in California, and the space shuttle would be coming over.
Okay.
And the first time it happened, I mean, it's just you're just going about your business. You're just back in the yard, and then just. I mean, it's crazy how loud it is.
It sounded like a bowling ball dropped on the roof.
And I just stood in the yard, and I was like, what in the living hell was that? And I walked down to the street, just I don't know, looking for some answer somewhere, and a neighbor up the street just yelled at me, "Shuttle! It's a sonic boom! Everything's okay!" I was like, oh, the one guy that knew that was going to happen was there to use the town crier for Sherman Oaks, California. It's all okay. The world's not ending.
He was standing on his driveway knowing this was his moment. Yeah, this is my moment.
They don't alert you that there's going to be a sonic boom if there's a shuttle coming?
They very well probably did. I had a baby and a toddler and a dog and a cat. I was occupied. I wasn't paying attention to the news.
U.S. vinyl sales exceeded $1 billion in revenue for the first time since 1983, largely driven by Taylor Swift's album, The Life of a Showgirl, which sold 1.6 million copies on vinyl. There were 8 different editions of that, by the way. The recording industry reported a 7.9% vinyl increase. Other top sellers in the vinyl space, Fleetwood Mac, Kendrick Lamar, Billie Eilish.
Fleetwood Mac, absolutely
Fleetwood
incredible. Rumors still just selling huge numbers of vinyl copies all these years later. Phenomenal.
It's really cool.
I mean, Taylor Swift, I get it. 8 versions of the same record, and those Swifties are losing their minds and buying everything. But rumors 51 years later or whatever, nice job. 50 years later.
It's really cool. An Australian man nearly forfeited his $35 million lottery jackpot after dismissing the initial prize notification email as junk. Officials attempted phone contact first, but reached an outdated number, prompting email notifications instead. The anonymous winner told lottery representatives, quote, "I actually saw your first email and didn't even open it. I assumed it was junk and deleted it. But then when I received another email, I thought, maybe I'll check the app."
Oh, boy.
Damn.
I mean, have you ever, seen that somebody won the lottery in your state and you're like, I bought a ticket, where is it? And then you never found it, and then you spend the rest of your life wondering if that was yours?
No, feels like it hit close to home.
I have.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s. It was like early days for like a lottery. I just, might have been one of the first, just a Georgia. It was like a $5 million thing, and it was
before you could just go scan the ticket.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was, I just saw the thing in the paper, it was just like, a little Midtown. It was purchased in Midtown Atlanta, which is where I lived. And I had bought a ticket, and I don't remember if it was Powerball back then or whatever it was. It was just a thing.
Yeah.
And to this day, I'm just like, what did I do with that ticket? That's probably mine.
Wow.
I could easily have just paid attention and found out if someone ever claimed it. But yeah, haunts me to this day.
I can tell.
It.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't misplace those things. They go in a very specific place when I buy them.
Got to.
Yeah.
Got to. Do you ever do the math? You ever just in your head, like, so you walk away with about 30% of the number they give, and then what I would do is...
Oh, God, yeah.
Got to.
It's already figured out.
God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
35 mil, that's not bad. That's not bad change.
No.
I shared this with Paul the other day. I realized I'm never going to win the Powerball, and I'll tell you why. Because I know someone who knows someone who won the Powerball.
Oh,
and that's just too close.
yes.
The chances, that eliminates my chance, I think.
And you know what that did to me, Ryder? Now I know someone who knows someone who knows someone, and so we just told you, and now your odds are down the toilet.
Yeah, I screwed everybody over.
All right,
Sorry.
all right, enough fun and games.
My bad. Hey, speaking of fun and games, the Minnesota Wild had fun last night because they won their hockey game. Winning is good. Winning is good for the soul. It's good for the standings.
It's pretty neat is what it is.
When you need the Chicago Blackhawks, sometimes they turn up. This is now the NHL's longest streak for a point streak against a single opponent is the Wild versus Chicago. 18-0-1 going back to the 2019-2020 season.
Damn.
We're just
Nice
rolling
work.
19 game point streak against the Wild.
Hey, one quick note.
Yeah.
It's the first box score in the Quinnesota era where he had zeros across no points for Quinn. Unbelievable.
Nice little run there up until now.
I know, but think about how good a player you are when it's news that you have no points in the box score.
That's it. You're doing something right.
Yeah.
This one did go to overtime. Hartman, Tarasenko, and Johansson had scored a 3-3 game in OT, and it was down to Mats Zuccarello.
Johansson gets free. Drops it back. Zuccarello scores! It's a win for the Wild in overtime.
Yes, it was. There you have it. The Minnesota Timberwolves, without Anthony Edwards, beat the Phoenix Suns last night by 12.
There you go.
Very much a struggling team as of late, the Timberwolves, but they figured out, at least for one night, how to play without their best player. And in fact, the Wolves now are 7-4 without Anthony Edwards this season.
Wow. Okay.
Shocking. Julius Randle, for the second night in a row, put 32 points up. When he's on his game, we're a formidable team.
Yeah.
He just had about a 2-week slump that was really, really tough to watch. The World Baseball Classic belongs to Venezuela. Bryce Harper of the United States had a 2-run homer in the 8th to tie the game 2-2. But then in the 9th inning, Venezuela got the go-ahead run and then shut it down in the bottom of the ninth.
United States down to its last strike.
Listen to that crowd. That game was not played in Caracas. That was Miami, Florida, by the way.
Right.
Man, that team, that stadium, that town, for anybody that is Venezuelan, this game means so much more than it would have to any American fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just think about what that country's been through for decades now, going and then to come up here and to win the World Baseball Classic, which of all the world events, I mean, it's incredible. Every team, and the Americans are no exception, are so passionate about that World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
It's like they are really going for it. It's a really, really exciting event. Cologne, glad to have you with us, Cologne.
My Cologne?
I'm not saying K-O-L-N. I'm not talking to those people in Germany. I'm talking about Cologne, Minnesota, Jack. Beautiful part of the world. Bracket results. Got one side of the bracket ready. Got to get the other side of the bracket ready. Ryder, where are we at?
Okay. Bad news, Steve. Bad news for you. You just really had no way to come back.
Really?
Modern classic movies. Moving on to the final to face Indeed Taproom Takeover. So we're down to movies and beer.
I mean, I like movies and beer, but I just thought that mascot thing was really going to be
Dude, the Punxsutawney Chucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. The two Harvard Agates.
What about the Fishburne military caissons? The watertight containers.
I don't think a high school mascot bracket has a chance if the Moorhead Spuds aren't in there.
The Lincoln Rail Splitters. Come on, man. Wouldn't you want to be a rail splitter?
That would be good.
So.
Man, good job.
But the finals are here.
What was your high school's mascot, Ryder?
We were Lakeville, which is now Lakeville North. We were the Panthers.
The Lakeville Panthers.
Yeah.
And are they now the Lakeville North Panthers?
They are.
Okay. Fletcher?
Osseo Orioles.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, little Tweety bird. Yeah, real tough.
A Tweety bird?
No,
inspire
Oriole. I'm just saying it was
Fear
like,
in the hearts of your enemies.
But
that's what I was saying.
Did you guys rip off the Baltimore Oriole, the duck-faced, cartoony, happy guy? Or did you have like an ornithologically correct Oriole?
Kind of, yes. A little more of that, I would say. Definitely not. It didn't look like the Baltimore look at all.
Got it.
It was its own look.
Didn't even pick one of the Mohawk birds. The Blue Jays or the Cardinals.
We were my school was the Blazers. Technically the Trailblazers.
Oh, okay.
But went short for Blazers. And Daniel Boone, looking guy with a long rifle, was painted on the wall. The coonskin cap and the leather, the whole suit. And one of the cheerleaders would dress like that. And, the cheerleaders, and then one of the girls was dressed like Daniel Boone.
Really? Okay.
Briefly, every now and again. It wasn't like an every game thing. But when you saw the Daniel Boone outfit, it was like, wow, right on.
What were your team colors?
Green and gold.
Okay, because Ryder, it's like kind of a muted maroon, right? Or not saturated maroon, or
that's
is that
south?
That's south. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So north is black and red.
Yes,
okay.
Black, red, and white.
Yeah.
The black, red, and white Panthers. Okay.
See, where Osseo lacked in mascot toughness, we made up for with black, orange, and white, which is phenomenal colors.
Yeah. It works for Orioles, works for Tigers. Mm-hmm. Either one.
Sure. Yeah.
My kids' school, they were the Tigers, and their official colors were maroon and Columbia blue, which I will never understand. But then you get an orange and black tiger painted on the wall. I'm just like, really? Crazy.
Seriously?
Yeah. That goes back to 1915. They were just, I don't know. Who knows what was in the hooch they were drinking back in those days.
We didn't even have color in 1915. Everything was in black and white, wasn't it?
It's the way I understood it. Crazy. But anyway, just never felt really the Blazers kind of cool, I guess, but not the same. You'd go play the Colonels or the Tigers or the whoever's, and you're like, they got way a better vibe going.
That's unfortunate.
The other one of the high school, the Colonels, they had a guy dressed kind of like Colonel Sanders, old Southern Colonel. Yeah, it was like, man, that's a good costume.
That's good.
Got the fake beard on. That's right. That's fantastic. I love it. Hey, let's have ourselves a good old-fashioned bargument. A bargument, as we like to say, an argument you would have after 3-4 drinks, and you can still maintain some semblance of a rational train of thought.
Okay.
Right.
You're not going to get talked off your perch too much. And here's a wild one. All right? How do you like your sloppy joes, open or closed? Let me just go ahead and say, I didn't know there was an option.
Yeah, same.
But apparently this one's, a lot of people see a sloppy joe as an open-faced sandwich. I've never heard of such a thing.
When it comes to you on the table, it should be open.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
What table?
On what planet?
Where?
What planet?
On my kitchen table, in a restaurant, anywhere. When the sandwich is set down on the plate in front of you, it should be open.
A sloppy joe?
Yes.
So if I come to your house and you just, you bust out the manwich and we're having sloppy joes.
Ooh,
yes.
We're having sloppy joes to watch a ball game. You're going to hand it to me. You're going to prepare my plate, and I'm going to have an open-faced sloppy joe sandwich.
Yes.
I
will toast that burger bun for you. I will toast the burger bun.
And you'll serve it open.
And then there will be a couple of pickles on the side.
How does it get sloppy? Are we using a fork and a knife?
Maybe for starters. And I am a person who says a good sandwich is messy and gets all over your face, no matter what type of sandwich it is. But yeah, the sloppy joe will be served to you, and it will be open, and you can decide your level of sloppiness.
Oh boy,
are we? Is this roast beef, and are we at Grandma's house? What is happening?
Man,
this makes
I don't know.
Absolutely no sense. By the way, we brought this up because it's National Sloppy Joe Day.
Oh, I buried the lead.
Yeah,
I have not. It's been way too long since I've had a sloppy joe.
We make them. They're pretty regular. The kids both love sloppy joes, so they're a bi-weekly thing at our house for sure.
Oh man,
are you using manwich like traditional?
No,
or you
God
doing,
no.
You have like a special Fletcher family recipe.
From scratch, baby. Like wild rice or not wild rice. What's the soup? Chicken. Like gumbo. Chicken gumbo soup in with meat. Various other veggies.
Chicken gumbo.
Ketchup, mustard, brown sugar, I'm trying to think of what else is in the recipe. I like it a little spicier. Not. I don't want it to be like spicy, but I like to have a tiny bit of kick. Kids don't like that, so I typically don't make it that way.
That sounds like you're getting a little too fancy, man. That's like a sloppy Jacques.
What? Chicken gumbo soup is suddenly it's a can.
Well, yeah, but it's like extra stuff. I mean, just manwich is a can.
Manwich tastes like crapwich.
No, man, that's gold.
Ugh, it's the furthest thing from gold. It's pewter.
That's like the nastiest, most aggressive thing Fletcher has ever said on this show.
I have one time in my life in the middle of a gig sitting at the drum kit, lost my lunch, as it were, hurled in between songs, turned around and vomited harshly.
Probably manwich.
And it was it was manwich that I had left in the pan and then reheated without refrigerating in between.
Oh, there's a problem.
Yeah, it was a real dumb.
Okay, you know what? To me, that's credit to manwich, because I would have thought that you could have left it in a pan on the stove for 5 days and then reheated it and would have been fine.
Well, ground beef is ground beef. You just don't want to reheat it the next day and not. Well, we left that in there. We'll just heat it up. It'll cook off all the stuff. No,
okay,
no,
but so the Bargument is open or closed, right? And to me,
open or closed.
It's right there in the name. Sloppy Joe's.
Yeah.
If it's not closed, it's A, it's not a sandwich, and B, it's not sloppy. If you're using forks and knives to eat a Sloppy Joe, what is happening with your life? You need to readdress everything.
Only a fork.
651-989-ROCK. Is Ryder onto something, or is she just as bat crap crazy as she looks right now? Let us know. Bargument going on. Ryder says you serve a Sloppy Joe open face. Fletcher and I have no idea what this even means. The Luther Westside Volkswagen talking text line is lighting up.
To me, that's just talking in tongues. Like, I don't even know what you're talking about with open face. That's insanity. Charlie says burgers are often presented open at restaurants.
Sure.
Then you add ketchup or mustard or take off the tomato, whatever, and then you close it.
Yeah, but if you came to my house, I would serve you the burger like completely prepared. It would be closed.
Oh, that would be closed. Yes. So it's not like the old McDLT vibe from the 80s.
You get the half
hot side's hot, the cool side's cool.
I have to specify, that was Charlie in Philly, originally from Edina. Now Charlie in LeSueur, open Sloppy Joe. Then you doll it up, pickles, cheese, and must-have Old Dutch Ripple chips.
Oh, I like that recipe.
Yeah, the chips are good.
The Old Dutch Ripple specifically.
We can agree on that.
Mm-hmm. I don't mind the chip idea. Pickles and cheese on a Sloppy Joe makes absolutely no sense to me. 763 number says, Fletcher hit it on the head. Classic Norwegian Sloppy Joe. Good job. And I am Norwegian, so that makes sense.
I still don't know about the soup thing.
My family was a very much a manwich family. I mean, Imelda would just rock the Sloppy Joes and pounds of ground beef.
Yeah.
I mean, with that many people to feed. It was just a, I just grew up a manwich kid. I'm sure if I had someone's homemade Sloppy Joe, I'd recognize this is a culinary upgrade. But right now, I'm just tasting manwich, and I'm like, man, I might have to get that for lunch. I'm serious.
Here's the thing. I'm never going to take a shot at Imelda Gorman having to feed that many mouths.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You do what you have to do to get by.
Of course.
Manwich will never enter my airspace.
Man. Yeah.
Can I just say one from the text line? Ryder is 100% correct. No if, Andrew, but. Which clearly Keith from Egan is doing talk to text on his phone right now. But yeah, no if, Andrew, buts might be my new favorite thing.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. I was trying to decipher that, and I left it out because I didn't understand what it said. Thank you for figuring out, hacking the code. Heather just hit us up with must-have pickles and cheese.
Oh,
all right, maybe
yeah.
I need to check this out. I've never done it that way. We toast the bun, the homemade recipe I mentioned. Worcestershire sauce, by the way, I just thought of. That's in there as well.
Oh, that's key.
But I've never thought of pickles and cheese, and I love both of those, so maybe we need to try that on Sloppy Joe next time.
Pickles, but cheese is the one I've never done, but I've had pickles on a Sloppy Joe, sure.
I haven't. No,
put a dill pickle on just about anything.
You can. Hell yeah. That's absolutely right.
I'd have a dill pickle in my Captain Crunch. Just saying.
My youngest, Evan, has dipped dill pickle in applesauce.
That a girl.
I don't understand it.
Fair enough. Let's get back on track. We got headlines in 5 minutes and 2 songs.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the Morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning. Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Good Wednesday morning. It's March 18th. Hey, let's get those last votes in for the bracket.
Yes.
You can still weigh in. Beer or movies. That's your choices.
Yes, we are crowning our bracket champion before we take off at 10 a.m. this morning. So
651-989-ROCK, the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talk and Text line. You either text beer or movies. The bracket. It's coming down to the wire.
Nice. Love the fact that we're doing a bracket about brackets.
Yeah, you should love this. If movies win, Fletcher, you win outright. If beer wins, you and I are tied. Maybe we'll Rochambeau for who is the bracket champion.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. I like that. Can we rock, paper, scissors live on the air?
I love it when you speak French. I'm like Gomez Adams over here. Let's get to it. I need some headlines, Paul Fletcher.
All right. An auditor's report examined how the Minnesota Department of Human Services handled allegations of kickbacks in the state's autism program. The report found that the DHS closed most cases appropriately, but failed to investigate 3 cases, claiming it lacked the authority to investigate simple kickback complaints. The auditor disagreed with the DHS claims, saying they were overly cautious in their interpretation of the law. The program has recently been in the focus of a federal investigation. In December, 6 people were charged in connection to fraud schemes involving the autism program. Smaller airports across the United States may face closures if the other DHS funding crisis continues. Of course, Department of Homeland Security. Yesterday, TSA's acting deputy administrator said if the partial shutdown pursues, it, quote, it's not hyperbole to suggest that we may have to quite literally shut down airports. According to Adam Stahl, the impact is already being felt as major staffing shortages surge at airport security checkpoints and travelers experience lengthy security wait times. This is now the second shutdown in less than a year to leave TSA workers temporarily unpaid.
Man, if only one party dominated all 3 branches of government, we wouldn't have these problems. Oh, wait.
Do you know what size airport? Like, do they mean like where the little private planes fly in, or are they talking like small cities?
I think they mean like some of the small regional ones.
Ooh.
You know, it's like, like Sioux Falls and those little Rapid City and those things.
Your La Crosses and junk.
Yeah, I think that's what they mean. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Bad news.
It is indeed. The Bruce Springsteen Center for American Music is set to open on June 7th at Monmouth University in New Jersey. The center will feature multiple exhibit spaces, a state-of-the-art archive, and a 250-seat Dolby soundstage. Robert Santelli, the founding executive director, said the center, quote, provides a home for Bruce Springsteen's archives and places him in the greater story of American music. Santelli added that, quote, popular music is one of America's most enduring and respected cultural resources, and Bruce Springsteen is one of its most important artists.
Nobody counts to 4 like the boss. Man, that guy is always looking for a time to count to 4.
So great.
He loves bringing that band back in.
Yeah.
Check this out. A Maryland boy has found a megalodon tooth while beachcombing. A 10-year-old is showing off his rare find on the shores of the Chesapeake Bay. Jackson Hinton was recently combing the beach along Calvert Cliffs when he found a 4.5-inch megalodon tooth. It's the size of his hand, pretty much.
Wow.
The nearly 50-foot sharks lived in the oceans millions of years ago, but the shoreline, the father and son, apparently he and his father do this together, were searching is well known for discoveries of megalodon teeth.
Wow,
that's pretty cool.
When I was a kid in Maryland, I found a coin once that was just some weird old coin in a little creek bed across. Oh. It was in my neighbor across the street's backyard. They had a creek.
Pirate treasure.
And we just found some cool coin. I brought it to school, and another kid was like, "Oh, that's amazing. Where's it from?" And I, being a jerk, said, "Well, there used to be they used to make coins here, like in the Civil War, and it was back there in my neighborhood."
Uh-huh.
And this kid, I remember this kid's name was Bobby Henstrand. He goes, "Are you serious?" I go, "Yeah." And that afternoon, he's back there with his father, who's a big coin guy. And his dad is digging around. And I walked over there, and I was like, should I tell them I was just making that up? I was just crushed with guilt that an adult heard that and came over to look for more coins. Probably came out of a Cracker Jack box or something, the thing I found.
Yeah, but you don't know.
Hey, I had an active imagination.
It's good to make up things like that.
Whatever.
Urban legends are crucial.
Sure. I was the guy that I invented that whole bubble yum is made from spider's eggs. I mean, that was me.
What?
That was the big thing back in the day.
Was it really?
Bubble yum bubble gum. It's made from spider's eggs. Everyone knows that. No,
Wow.
I was spreading that one like wildfire.
Damn.
You know it.
I guess that's why I always chose the Big League Chew instead.
Yeah, between that and that poor girl dying during the Ohio Players session for Love roller coaster, you hear the scream. That's a woman being murdered during the session.
Of course.
It's not a woman riding a roller coaster having fun. As a sound effect. No, a woman was murdered. Come on, man. The 70s were great for all these urban legends.
That's absolutely they were.
Hey, last night in Chicago, Illinois, there was a Green River, there was a lot of Guinness, and then the Minnesota Wild got a win over the Blackhawks. Most importantly,
there you go.
Nothing ever better for the Wild than playing the Blackhawks. We own this team, and we're going to play them again at home tomorrow night.
Let's go.
A 4-3 win in overtime. Hartman, Tarasenko, Johansson already had goals, and it was down to Mats Zuccarello.
Johansson gets free. Drops it back. Zuccarello scores!
Gotta like it.
Win for the Wild in overtime.
Nice play by Johansson.
Gotta like it. Quinn Hughes did not score a point last night.
That's rare.
But he made a point by playing the first 2 minutes and 35 seconds of overtime. That's a long shift.
Yeah, he had. Okay, so just to put him in perspective on what he does when he doesn't get on the scoreboard, on the score sheet, he had 27 plus minutes of ice time.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Faber had 21 plus minutes. Next closest. So yeah, he's out there a lot.
Grinder, that Quinn Hughes. The Timberwolves won last night at home without Anthony Edwards. He has missed 11 games. He's got that right knee inflammation. He's missed 11 games, and we're 7-4 without him. Which is a good thing, I guess.
Maybe.
It certainly doesn't hurt that you can still play good basketball without your best player. Julius Randle, back-to-back 32-point games now. As the Wolves got a win they really desperately needed, which is kind of like an evergreen statement now. They need every win they can possibly get. World Baseball Classic last night, Venezuela shut down the United States of America. 3-2 victory in Miami. Let me play you the final pitch, and you tell me if you think the crowd was pro-Venezuela at all.
The United States down to its last strike.
Yeah, I think so. I think they were happy to see the Venezuelans come through.
Yeah. Ooh, holy smokes. That's crazy.
That is a great event. Every 4 years, man, you watch these these major leaguers playing with way more, piss and vinegar in them than they normally would show. Very exciting. On this day in 1995, a 2-word statement was issued to the sports media of the world. Simply, I'm back. Michael Jordan, after 2 years away playing baseball, his entire statement, I'm back. That was it. He retired in October of 93, and then it was March of 95, so it wasn't 2 full seasons. He missed 1 whole season and most of a second, and then he showed back up for the Chicago Bulls. They got bounced in the playoffs his first year back, 95. He didn't have time to get back into proper shape. He wasn't himself.
Right.
He made up for it the next year when they went 72-10 and started their second three-peat of the 90s.
God, just think about that. I mean, every year he was involved in his prime, they won. I mean, that's just, if that doesn't tell you that he's the best ever, I don't know what does.
How many titles did he win without Scottie Pippen?
0.
Yep. How many did he win without Phil Jackson? 0.
Right.
Even the best player of all time's got to have the right guys around him.
1,000%.
Make no mistake about it.
Absolutely.
No one else is Prince. The Beatles needed George Martin. Prince could just do Prince.
Yeah.
But Jordan couldn't just be Jordan. Just saying.
No, you're not wrong.
Any chance to work in a musical comparison to Michael Jordan, I'll take advantage of it.
Yeah, sure.
And by the way, and I'm just going to say this because I have this argument with my 25-year-old son, who, of course, because he's 25, thinks he knows way more than me about everything.
Sure.
LeBron ain't Jordan. Sorry, youngsters.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Sorry, youngsters. LeBron has never been so much better. The gap between Jordan and the second best player in his peak, LeBron's never had that wide of a gap. He's been the best player in the league for seasons, for sure. He's had the greatest career ever. He's going to be 70 before he
Longevity's
retires.
Great, sure.
But I'm just talking about you're in the room, you're watching it, and you're seeing somebody that is head and shoulders above everything else, and there's nothing he could have ever done where you'd say, I can't believe that. That was Jordan.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Could not. Thank you for saying it because I could not agree more.
Get off my Gen X porch. Tell you what's what.
Get off my lawn.
You know it.
Yeah.
Orno. What's up?
It's a place.
What you got going on up there, Orno?
Orno.
Place. A lot of lakefront property and windy roads through beautiful woods. Is that all?
Hey, we were talking earlier. Our bargument for the day was Sloppy Joe's. Open or closed? Do you is it even a Sloppy Joe if it's served open-faced?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Reminds me of the Great Simpsons episode where Homer's golfing with Mr. Burns, and Mr. Burns is in the sand trap, and he goes, I need an open-faced club, a sand wedge. And Homer goes, open-faced club sandwich. Oh, yeah. That's good stuff, man.
It is. It's brilliant.
Early Simpsons was great. Kind of like the recent Simpsons, because every time I see it, I'm like, I can't believe this show is still funny.
Yeah.
On the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talk and Text line, no shortage of Sloppy Joe information.
We got boatloads. In fact, it was tough to pick a couple. So instead, I'm going to go with this. I'm going to give props to Trent Olson, who texted in. I don't even know if he was listening to the Bargument. He said, since it's National Sloppy Joe Day, you can't go wrong with a classic, highly rated version that beats the canned stuff every time. And he sent a full-blown ultimate Sloppy Joe recipe. Ingredients, cooking procedure, the whole bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen cap this baby and get it up on our Instagram and our Facebook at 92KQRS, and in case you want to check it out.
Okay, but did you see this recipe from Tracy? Garlic Texas toast. Use a spoon to push the toast down. Scoop your Sloppy Joe onto the toast. Put a slice of provolone on top of it, and then put it in the broiler until the cheese melts.
Okay.
Come on.
I can see that.
Come on.
Yeah.
If I was going to use,
I can see it.
Open-faced argument right there.
If I was going to use cheese, the provolone would be the one to go with, but I'd still rather have the bun on top.
Yeah. Well, I'm just hungry. That's all it comes down to.
I know.
That's the only reason I said that one.
I'm going to make you guys the family recipe of Sloppy Joes and bring you in a Tupperware each.
Please.
Try it.
I will welcome that with open hands.
Yeah,
Okay.
make mine spicy.
Fair enough.
Okay, will do.
I'm going to go ahead and call my shot. I think Oasis will be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. I think it's insane that they're not already there. This is their third nomination. And after the tour, they just busted out all over the world last year. I think it's crazy to think they won't get voted in.
Isn't it kind of political, though? Like,
it's very political,
you know?
but, at this point, it's like it's the biggest rock tour, like 40 shows, and they made $1 billion. It's like, come on, guys, let's not kid ourselves.
Yep.
There's a documentary film that will be available soon about the whole tour, the reunion of the Gallagher brothers and the tour. And the filmmaker says it's absolutely. He goes, it's incredible because he has lengthy interviews with both brothers. He says it's just one-liner after one-liner because they're the two funniest interviews in rock history.
Right.
Are Noel and Liam in that order.
Yeah.
And he says, and the footage is incredible. I've got it down to a 4-hour edit.
Oh, wow.
So if you want 4 hours of Oasis, looks like you're going to have it soon enough.
Something
Be great if you can find somebody to help me out here. I'm just going to sit down.
Something tells me he's got about 2.5 hours more to cut down.
I think he's got to, if you want that bad boy to get a theatrical release, you're going to have to do a lot of shaving. Make no mistake about it.
You know what, though? Let's make it a series and put it on Netflix as well. Let's do the 4-hour version in a 2-part or something.
That'll work. Last call for the bracket votes.
Oh, yeah.
You can vote beer or movies.
Beer winning by a lot right now.
Oh,
really?
Come on, movies.
Yeah, and this doesn't even count the people who texted in a beer emoji, which doesn't go into the voting.
Wow. 651-989-ROCK. Last call for votes on the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talk and Text line. The bracket.
All right.
We are down to beer or movies. Where are we at, Ryder?
Tough choices. We haven't even had a matchup that's close, but the winner, the ultimate bracket, is going to be beer.
Oh, there it is.
That's so wrong. You can have beer at a movie. You should have voted movies.
You can watch a movie at a brewery.
Yeah, you
I've
can.
done it.
Wow, and it was
a James Bond movie.
Man, that's like a 64-36 percentage right there. Good
it was
Lord.
A runaway. Okay.
We love ourselves some beer, ladies and gents.
I know. We all severely underestimated how many people wanted to text beer to the talk and text line.
No kidding. Yeah. Hey, speaking of brackets, we are putting big bucks on the line for the men's basketball tournament. 92 KQRS and Apollo Heating, Air, and Plumbing bring you the $1 million bracket challenge. Submit your bracket predictions before Thursday. That's tomorrow. Before Thursday at 92KQRS.com. Pick a perfect bracket. That's $1 million.
Nice.
Plus, the top local bracket. The top local bracket wins tickets to Guns N' Roses August 8th at the Mystic Amphitheater and $1,000 towards a new AC unit or furnace from Apollo Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Get on it.
Yeah,
Pretty good deal.
Cool.
Let's go.
Really good deal.
I still got a bracket I got to fill out. Not for this one. I'm not eligible to win here, but there's a little bracket I've been involved in for decades. I got the email today saying, let's go.
So since we aren't eligible, I wanted to fill one out anyway at KQRS, 92KQRS.com. You could fill them out before the teams were seeded. And so I filled mine out before the teams were seeded, just based on ranks and regions.
Okay.
And I ended up with Duke winning the whole thing, so it's not too bad.
Hey,
it worked out.
Hey, you're going to be okay.
It's kind of fun. I've never done that, but I've never ranked, figured out my brackets, picked my winners without the teams actually even being there.
Blind bracket, dude. You're like, I'm not even a big bracket person, and this is making me cringe.
Yeah, that's tough.
Trust me, if I was eligible to win anything, I wouldn't have done it that way.
Okay.
It was fun, though.
Today's last word. Let's go back to P.J. O'Rourke. Remember him?
Wow, okay.
Comedy writer. The man was running with Hunter S. Thompson in the 70s.
Sure.
P.J. O'Rourke was a man from the conservative side of things. Very funny writer. In his book, Parliament of Horrors, here's a quote from P.J. O'Rourke. The Democrats are the party that says government will make you smarter, taller, richer, and take all the crabgrass right out of your lawn. The Republicans are the party that says government doesn't work, and then they get elected and prove it. Back in the day when you could still be friends with people you disagreed with because everybody had a sense of humor.
Yeah.
And he was right on both counts. Go figure.
100%.
All right. Let's see. What else is there to discuss around these here parts? I'm curious, Paul Fletcher, what's happening around this radio station next?
We're going to go commercial-free just after 11:45, right around lunchtime. We got the Chili Peppers STP to get us into the 10 o'clock hour. Also, do you know that we play a song that samples Andrew Dice Clay? If you think hard, you might figure out which one it is.
Fair enough.
I'm going to play that.
All right. Food for thought right there. Appreciate it, brother. Keep it right here on Minnesota's 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92 KQRS app and stream live or catch the Gorman in the morning podcast anytime. 92 KQRS.